Hello everybody and welcome to parksbros, it's Drew here, and welcome to part 2 of my first visit ever to Tokyo Disneyland. That's right, this is the second part, so if you haven't seen part 1 yet, make sure to go check it out. Then come back as we start the second half of our day in Adventureland. Walking all the way over into Adventureland, now you can see Pirates of the Caribbean has shut its doors for the day, but it is so odd to see this building shape without the stairway, without the lines out front, without the trees even, but it's still very obviously the station building for Pirates, at least to me, right next to a smaller version of what seems to be New Orleans Square, which is also something I did not actually know about. This is kind of interesting. Kind of want to walk around and explore it, but yeah, unfortunately no Pirates for us today, even though I would love to hop on. And I do appreciate they do have the colors of, that's Blackbeard on the right there, and then I can even name off a couple of the other ones in editing because I'm forgetting which is which right now. It's been ages since I used to know this stuff like the back of my hand. But yeah, this is almost like a carbon copy of what we have at home. I had no idea. I will say it feels like maybe it was widened by a couple of feet, at least over this way. And I do like that they have a more solidified pirate store here, where I know in the past in Anaheim it's kind of changed hands quite a few times. And yes, they do have a Blue Bayou as well, which is really, really cool. But unfortunately, I think just like the ride today, it is closed currently. Yeah, the only thing that's telling me it's not California right now is they have these extra decals on the walls celebrating Princess and the Frog. And also that there's no portrait drawer here in this little section. That's about it. Everything else is telling me, yeah, this is back home in Anaheim. This is really funny, but kind of cool. Unfortunately, turning the corner, no beignets to be found, at least not that I know of. That'd be really nice right now. But they do have a Theater Orleans. Man, oh man, there's a real clash of design and theme all around this Adventureland. Not necessarily in a bad way, but it's definitely very, very different. I do appreciate these though. These are cool. All right, I think we're gonna head towards Jungle Cruise, which actually the station building is right underneath the station for Western River Railroad. This is all really different. Don't feed the animals, that's a good rule of thumb. Don't get sawed in half by water above a crocodile. Get your thing stolen. And don't brush a hippo's teeth.
階段を降りてお待ちください。森です。ここでは一年中この霧のような雨が降ってるんですよ。あそこに見える青くて美しい蝶はモルフォ蝶。せーの。あまり賢くないのか。またこの両方ですかね。頑張って。
Wait, what?
ご覧ください、ここ。左と真ん中の人は私のおこげやりをということで、恒例の滝の裏側の滝の水が目に入ってくる動きが来てしまいました。一体ここはどこなんでしょう。ジャンプで乗ってますよ。さあ、私たちもリズムに合わせて拍子。ですよ。連鎖でこのお守り本。
Okay, that was incredible, genuinely. Jungle Cruise, the energy was there the entire ride. Our captain was just so energetic and so fun, and even though I can't really understand the jokes at all, the energy made it, and it was really, really incredible. And some of those scenes really surprised me. I had no idea about most of them. I did find it hysterical that the Lion King stinger from the opener started playing. It made total sense in my mind, and we always joked about it back home, but for them to actually implement it here was really funny. But that was ridiculously good. Yeah, wow. And capacity-wise, unbelievable. Even with the changes in the water being actually a little bit rougher than back home. So with that all said, that was incredible. I don't know if we're gonna go on the Western Railroad next or go into the Tiki Room, but it'll be one of the two. So let's explore more of Adventureland. All right, we're doing Tiki Room, except something's a little off about this one. I wonder what it is. Uh-oh, it's our old pal Stitch at it again. I like all the footprints of paint. It's probably where they got the idea for Rocket later on. I love it though. There's this really beautiful seating area actually out front. All lava rocks that you can sit on. Okay, this is already so cool. Not only are a lot of the cast members freaking out because I do have my Spirit jersey from Disneyland and Anaheim on for the Tiki Room, which I'm a big fan of course, but they also have given us these translation devices, closed captioning, and I'm super excited to see how these work. I mean, they were super friendly, just walked over and were like, hey, do you speak Japanese? No? Okay, here, take this. It'll help you with the show. And it was really cute to see all of their reactions, some of them shouting and jumping up and down a little bit and going, oh my gosh, kawaii, you know, it's really cool that we're having these interactions just because of this Spirit jersey today. I guess I wore the right thing. It's so much bigger and so pretty. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the show. I'll see you afterwards. This is gonna be wild. Okay, that was absolutely adorable. I kind of liked it as like this sequel to the original show. I've also always been a big fan of Stitch ever since the movie came out, so it was cool to see that combo. And honestly, again, I think it works really well as like a sequel. We already know the original songs so well, but to see them go wrong with Stitch interrupting and then that final animatronic, so cool. Honestly, kind of sad we were on the wrong side, but at the same time, still amazing to be able to see all of the effects all around. And to be completely honest, my favorite part of that attraction was wearing my Spirit jersey today and making some of the cast members' days, because they were super excited to see what I was wearing. So I was happy that I chose the right thing to wear, I guess. Next up is the Western River Railroad. Kind of an interesting take on our railroad back home. Only the one station, I believe, but we go around the rivers of America and Adventureland. With the glimpse of what's in the Western themed land on the Western train, I think it's time to head that way. That was a really cool train ride, though. I think it was kind of like a Cliff Notes version of the railroad back at Disneyland in Anaheim. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. There was a couple moments that definitely could have needed a prop or two more. I think that would have been nice. But overall, I mean, for what it is, I think it works really, really well. And the first thing we saw in Westernland was the creme brulee churro that I was talking about when we were at Disney Sea. They have it at multiple stands over here in Disneyland. So let's go ahead and try this out. It was 600 yen. And you can find it at the Pecos Bill Cafe alongside a pork bun, which also looked really good. Uh-oh. That's delicious. It's like super soft on the inside. Maybe a tiny bit of filling. I'm not entirely sure after that first bite. But that tastes exactly what I wanted it to taste like. That is delicious. Oh, it's like just the right amount of sweetness too. Oh, that might be one of the best churros I've ever had. Oh, not the biggest fan of the texture still. I think it's still a little too soft for my liking, but taste-wise, that might be close to perfect. It has been over 20 years since I last experienced this attraction. Now granted, it won't be in English. However, it is the original show, unlike the new one in Florida. So this is probably as close as I'm gonna get to that same experience that little Drew got when he was just a very tiny person. I cannot believe that this is about to happen. Country Bear Jamboree, I'm about to see it for the first time since it closed at Disneyland, I believe in 2002 or 2001. Don't get me wrong, I love Winnie the Pooh over there, but man, I miss this so much, so I'm so excited to check this out. Oh my goodness. I feel like I've been transported back 20 years. I guess I shouldn't be walking on my own feet right now. I should be yelling for my stroller.
Okay. はい、君たち慌てないんで。ああ、皆さんお待たせしました。じゃあ、やあ、皆さんようこそ。ここが噂のスマックグロー。頼んだよ、マック。
Go with the go. If you can't bite, don't growl. If you can't bite, don't growl.
スインガーティディバラ。さあ、目いっぱい乗ってね、ティディ。わあ、かわいいな。
Goodbye, boys. Next time I see you, it'll be on Winnie the Pooh. Okay, yeah, that was really nice to get back to. Don't get me wrong, the show has not aged very gracefully. However, it just tugged at my heartstrings quite a bit. And to see Big Al doing his thing again, and just the whole crew, it was so cool. Also, right outside, I got myself what they call a medallion. It's really just a pressed penny, but I got Goofy, and it looks like Donald riding Thunder Mountain, which, speaking of which, we're gonna go ride that next. So maybe we'll actually see him over there. But yeah, that was really, really great to get back to. Right outside the exit is another Hungry Bear. I don't know what the menu is, but we're gonna walk right past it because we're gonna go ride Big Thunder. I only mentioned it just because it looked cool over in the corner, tucked away like that. But Big Thunder currently posted about a half-hour wait, which is not bad at all. It was over an hour earlier today, so we'll take it. Man, this queue is super interesting going up to the height we are already. It's kind of cool. And we even get a view of the brake run right here. All right, so just rode Big Thunder Mountain. Gotta say, I much prefer this version to the one at home. Even though sightline-wise, I think the one at home is a little bit better, especially for like photo opportunities in certain spots. However, this thing on ride is just way more detailed, and you get that right out the gate. Literally within the first turn of the ride, there's already just piles and piles of different items and mining equipment, and it just adds to the theme so incredibly well in comparison to what we start off with in Anaheim, with just kind of a dark cave that eventually leads to some bats and you know, these glittering caves. With this one, it just pluses all of that, and then by the time you're ending the ride, although unfortunately there's no goat chewing on some dynamite, there is a really nice ending change where instead of like this trim brake happy slow down underneath the T-Rex, you do get some airtime being flung into the ending of the ride, and I think that's awesome. There's a lot of great lateral moments, lots of trim brakes that don't get used especially throughout the ride here, so you get some pretty random lateral moments pushing you side to side, which I think were really kind of unexpected and really fun. But that all said, definitely prefer this version of Thunder Mountain. Super stoked to actually get on it. I was not thinking about riding it, but after getting off of it, gotta say, very happy that we ended up checking it out. And of course, it wouldn't be the Rivers of America without a little greeting from a Mark Twain of their own. We might have to take a ride on it. However, the sun is about to set, so I'm not sure how much longer all of these activities will be open, like the canoes or Tom Sawyer Island. So maybe we'll end up doing that next. Now, I will say, getting off of Big Thunder, we are immediately put in front of the Woodchuck Greeting Trail. And currently, because of Donald and his big celebration, you can meet Donald and Daisy back here. But if anything, I personally wanted amazing views of Tom Sawyer to maybe get a preview of what we could go do or what we've missed today. Because, again, usually Tom Sawyer will close right around sunset when it comes to Anaheim, so I'm sure it's probably pretty similar here. So we might miss out on it this trip, but I can tell you right now, I'm already planning a second trip back here because I've been loving every second. Yeah, as of right now, there's nothing really back here outside of the meet and greets, so just so you know, if you want to meet Donald and Daisy in the next year in their special outfits, go ahead and wait back here. I'm not going to wait the hour to meet Donald right now, but yeah, definitely come back here if you're a fan. Now, I will say it is way too freaking cold to ride Splash Mountain, although it would be kind of interesting, right, considering it is officially the last of the Splash Mountains to be themed to Splash Mountain, at least. And, yeah, I don't think that's going to be changing anytime soon, but I think we're going to hold off right now because it does feel like 50 degrees currently, and it's only going to get colder when the sun goes down. But I love the views you can get, especially with the train going by, and you can even look down into the drop itself. Walking back towards World Bazaar with the castle in the background, you can actually see these cool photo ops. You can take a picture in the mirror with one of these little duckies that are all about. It's super cool. But now we're gonna head back in, hopefully get ourselves a cool hot dog. Got these special hot dogs for the Donald Duck celebration. After that delicious curry, cheese, and mayo hot dog, goodness gracious, it was like almost like a sweeter chili cheese dog. We're gonna head into the home store and do some shopping around the World Bazaar. I'm super excited to do some shopping. We didn't do any on Monday, but we're about to probably spend way too much money. They've got tons of pillows that honestly look really, really cool. And if you ever wanted a genie body pillow, they have that. And what a steal. 4,600 yen. And even though most things in here are for home goods, they also have some adorable Donald Duck merch. So look at this hand puppet. How cute. Now, I'm not gonna lie, most of the stuff we're looking for wasn't in there. However, there was a lot of cool chopstick goods and stuff around that. But let's go into Disney gifts and see what they have. And here's the hat that everybody's been wearing around the parks lately. This is 3,400 yen, so around $25 to $28 US. Gotta say, it's super cute. These little noise makers have been all over the park. They're 1,500 yen. They quack. So those are a lot of fun. And then you can even be stylish just like Donald with his bow tie and more. This bow tie is 1,200 yen. And there's even some t-shirts that I believe, yeah, show off this cool comic book style of him being the king of Ducktown. This is 4,200 yen. That same comic style is on this bucket hat for 3,600 yen. And there's a bunch of headbands. This is adorable. Goodness gracious. How much is this? 2,400 yen. You can even match his clothes here with some stylish fashion. That's 2,400 yen for that. And there's even some glasses. So if you can be a little more subtle with your look, trying to praise Donald, 2,300 yen for that. These really oversized puffy hats are really popular all around the resort. Those are usually about $25, but they do have keychain versions of them, and those are 1,200 yen. So just kind of interesting to see how they keep taking influence from other merch and food and make it into more merch all around the resort. I mean, heck, there's even mini headbands. Unsuccessful in our merch search so far, so we're gonna head to Town Center Fashions across the street. Yep, this is what I'm talking about. All these themed sunglasses. I mean, the Mickey ones are really, really popular. I believe they're 2,900 yen, so you can have two Mickeys on your eyes. Although I will say they kind of look like spider eyes a bit. I mean, with the multiple reflections and all that. But yeah, tons of options for sunglasses. Love most of these. Oh man, the Winnie the Pooh ones are great. And there are so many options for ears. And speaking of those big puffy hats, here is some examples. There's some really great Monsters Inc. merch. This is a headband made to look like Boo's monster costume. That's 1,700 yen. I love that as an idea. That's so cool. There's even hats for Daisy, and you could even get a Rex hat where, yes, your face does pop out through the mouth. It's kind of fun. Well, currently it's a little bit of a mission fail because we have not found any merch that we're going to purchase as of yet, but we did find the penny arcade, and there's a bunch of pressed pennies here. Love this. It's got Donald with a bunch of Sakura, and man, oh man, it's his year, 2025, I'll tell you that, at least at this resort. Some sights from afar from the Main Street Electrical Parade Dream Lights, kind of a Main Street Electrical Parade sequel. Looks incredible, at least from a distance. I will say, we are not currently watching it. We did not pay for the premiere access for it, for a guaranteed seat. And currently, we're more worried about Monsters Inc.'s line closing, and we'd like to be able to check out that ride, as this is our only day here. Otherwise, we'd absolutely be sitting down or standing up watching the entire parade. But with that all said, let's head to Monsters. It's going to be really, really fun. I can't wait. There it is, Monsters Incorporated. Can't wait to get on this thing. This is Ride and Go Seek. If you did not know, it's kind of like a shooting dark ride in a way, but you use a flashlight to try and find Boo, who is hiding throughout the entirety of Monsters Inc. So this is going to be really, really cool. I can't wait to check it out. This is one of my bucket list rides at this park, so it's going to be really fun. Let's hop in line, and then the day's going to be over. Would you look at that? Welcome to Monsters Incorporated. What an entrance into the building. Goodness gracious, this is so cool. Also, a little fun fact for you. The world is made of doors. All the continents made of different doors. I think that's such a cool detail. And if you're curious, this does take place after the movie, so it's laughter they're all about, not scaring, which is a great sign for us, because humans are now welcome, and we just gotta laugh, and that's how they get their power. All right, here we go. 80-minute wait turned into 10. We got our flashlights. Goodness Mike, you good? this reminds me of home a little bit.
見えないぞ。どこ行っちゃったんだ。え？何？ブーじゃない。どこだい？ブー、お家に帰る時間だよ。その次はおちびちゃんの番。
これでかくれんぼマシない。みんなよくやったね。
新しいヘルメットだよ。
かわいいだろ。
Uh-oh, it's Roz.
あんたの笑顔なかなかいいよ。またおいで。バイバイ。
Okay, this might be the only place in the world that you can get a Roz plushie and an Abominable Snowman plushie. These are incredible. I just noticed them walking out of the store. 4,000 yen for these two. That's kind of a steal, honestly. I kind of want to grab them. They're so cool. Just a couple notes on Monsters, Inc. Ride and Go Seek. That was absolutely adorable. I loved that ride so much. I don't understand why it has such a long wait time all the time, but it was posted 80 minutes when we walked in line. Then it went down to 70. Then it went down to 50. Then it went all the way down to 30. By the time we got on the ride, though, it was only 10 minutes of actual waiting, which was incredible. So we actually have another hour of time to just hang out, walk around the park, maybe ride a couple more rides if we want. I don't really know, to be completely honest. I think we're gonna go to the back to the park though now for Toontown to ride Gadget's Go Coaster, because it's a roller coaster and might as well knock it off the list because it's a complete walk on right now, because, you know, it's the middle of the night. And something really interesting is that the fireworks show is in 20 minutes. Usually when fireworks are happening in Anaheim, they close down Toontown because of, you know, rogue debris from the fireworks actually shooting off. However, here it seems like Toontown stays open, so that's why we're actually gonna head back now, and there's no wait for anything back there behind the castle because everyone's out front waiting for fireworks. On our walk back, fireworks started 20 minutes early, so we're gonna watch them. Why not? To run around Toontown a little bit because it's just so nice at night, and actually being around Toontown at night is such a weird experience. Also, what the heck? We get a full view of the turnaround of the coaster right here. That's so cool. I love the interaction with the queue already. This is so different, and with the castle in the background. Man, oh man, this is really cool back here. And of course, the frogs had to make an appearance around the Helix, and it looks like they're running 2 trains actually, which even better for us. We're gonna hop right on. Yeah, I love being able to see Toontown at night, and I mean, riding Gadget's Go Coaster was really, really fun. Definitely like this one a lot more. And the main reason for that is the terrain interaction with all of the extra water. The frogs are always working, and honestly, it just looks so cool at night. There's fog effects and everything. Yeah, that was a cool ride. Definitely a cool ride. Now I think we're gonna walk around Toontown just a tiny bit, at least check out Donald's ship if we're able to celebrate the duck himself. And because we don't really get to do this anymore at home, it's a little bit different. So let's go check out what we can. Look at all of this stuff. You got a picture of Daisy in there, of course, you know, for the sailor when he's away. and his bathtub with all of his rubber duck friends. This is so cool. What's in here? Oh, hey, is that Huey, Dewey, or Louie? I can't tell. This is so cool in here. I love this. And now heading up a very tiny spiral staircase. Like, this would not make code in the US, I'll tell you that right now. But it brings us directly to the top of Donald's ship, and we get an amazing view of the castle, Gadget's Go coaster below. Oh man, I love this park. This is so great. Being able to walk around like this at nighttime, not having to worry about random mortar shells from the fireworks. It's awesome. The SS Miss Daisy is looking real nice. This is awesome. Now we can't hop into Goofy's house tonight, but at least we know he's home. He crashed his car out front again. Or was that you, Hunter? Yeah, it is deserted in here. About a half hour until closed now. It's really crazy. Yeah, I don't think this is a view any of us expected to get tonight. This is insane. I think we're gonna go check out some of the goofs and gags over on the left-hand side right now, but there is barely anyone in this part of the park. There's one thing this park has done infinitely well today, and that is make me feel like I'm a kid at Disneyland in Anaheim again. And while I don't think I prefer this park to Disney Sea overall, it's gonna hold a special place in my heart because it brought me back 20 years to the Disneyland when I was a kid, and I have absolutely adored today. Even though the park itself might not be up to that same character or stature that the original Disneyland is, it still was absolutely magical. I don't know how else to put it. Yeah, this is the type of stuff I would do as a kid, heading to the post office. Although I think they were in English when we were kids, but you know, it's still just as cool. Oh, does the phone work? I don't think we've had a working phone at Disneyland in like
No, it still works.
20 years. Does it?
It worked last time I checked it.
Oh, okay.
It's in Japanese.
Oh, shocker. Get it? Shocker. Yeah, this is absolutely beautiful and magical. Just the two of us running around Toontown like we're kids again. This is awesome. Oh man, the only thing that I'm sad about at this park is the Jolly Trolley is not operating. It would be so nice in tandem with the monorail and all the other amazing transportation around Tokyo. So nice that they have it out, at least for pictures though. All right, goodbye Roger, goodbye Toontown. We're gonna start heading out of the park officially. All right, I'm a little confused though as we're walking out. There's another show currently going on at the castle. This is the show we thought was fireworks that started at 8:35, but fireworks are at 8:15, and this is something completely different. I'm kind of confused and flabbergasted. I'm assuming there's characters in front of the castle though. If it's anything like they have in Florida, I would assume, but we'll potentially find out as we walk closer to the castle. All right, now this is what I was talking about with using more of the castle. They're doing projections for this show. Unfortunately, this angle we have isn't the greatest, but we showed up to the show like 10 minutes late, so I'll take it. Hey, look, it's up. You gotta be kidding me. There's these amazing displays of all the die-cast models in Toy Station out towards the front. They've got all sorts of monorails here, and even a build-your-own monorail as its own section off to the side of the store, which we might have to check out. So yeah, you can see the vehicle factory. You can take a tray, which is one of these, and then you walk into the area, select your parts, go to the register, and then they will build your vehicle. And look at some of the options here. It's a little more expensive than the die-cast models, but I believe these are made of plastic, but you do get to mix and match. But yeah, you can see the castle there. Toy Station is right here. Got pretty crazy after that show ended. And then Monsters Inc. right here. And then we're just gonna realistically cut through this little opening in the wall and head out the park. Seriously though, I want all of those die-cast models. I especially want some of the monorail ones. I wish there was a Duffy monorail model, but maybe it'll come out soon. If it does, somebody let me know, because I will pay big money for you to ship it to me. And also, I wish there was a Jolly Trolley one that was not Toy Story themed. There's a Toy Story themed Jolly Trolley, but not the regular one. I want the regular one. And the mad rush back to the hotel and the monorail station begins. Goodness, there are a lot of people heading out, but it does make sense. The park closed 10 minutes ago. Goodbye, Donald. See you soon. And goodbye, Tokyo Disneyland. Hopefully, see you not too far in the future. So that's officially going to do it. Our visit to Tokyo Disneyland is over. Our only visit of the trip, unfortunately. But at the same time, I feel like we got through all of the park that was open. Didn't get to hit up Pirates or Winnie the Pooh, which is honestly the biggest miss of the day. But then again, they were down for refurbishment or technical difficulties all day. Like, that was something that was announced prior anyway. But with all that said, there was so much incredible about this park that I am super excited we got to enjoy. It felt like, again, like I said, we went back in time 20 years to the Disneyland of my childhood, which really kind of tugged at my heartstrings quite a bit today. Even though I don't think in technicalities this park is better than the one in Anaheim, experience-wise right now, it definitely is the top of the game outside of potentially Disney Sea in terms of that. But the employees and the cast members here especially, unbelievable job today, just making sure everybody was having a great time, everybody was following safety. It was amazing. But I want to say thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. This one's a very long one, so I really appreciate it if you made it all the way to the end. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so. I'd really appreciate that too. Man, we've got more and more coming from this Japan trip, and of course another visit to Disney Sea, so if you're excited for that, make sure to stay tuned. But again, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next ride.